Hi, I'm Denise Gierach of the Gierach Law Firm. This is a two-part series on how to keep the family home out of the family business and striking a balance between work and the family, and that's tough sometimes. But when your business is the family and your family is the business, striking that balance is even harder. That is what makes owning and operating a family business so precarious. It can be all too easy for work to come home and for home to go to work. And why are so many family businesses, no matter how good the product or the service is, they turn sour? Coworkers aren't just coworkers. They're parents, their cousins, siblings, sons, daughters, in-laws, and more. They are unique and have special relationships that differ greatly, and then they appear in the family workplace. Then there's a falling out or a fight, as there often are in families. These disrupt and permeate the workplace as easily as they can permeate across the kitchen table when you are sitting there having Thanksgiving dinner. So they impact how things are promoted within the business, and the people involved who sit next to each other, next to them at Thanksgiving time. So having said that, there are ways to keep the family home out of the family business. For instance, decide who calls the shots. Every business needs a clearly defined and irrefutable power structure. Keeping the family drama, the family rules, the family roles, the family responsibilities, and the family hierarchies out of the family business starts by making a business a dictatorship. There must be an all-powerful ruler with whom the buck stops. Beneath that ruler should be a tiered system of subordinates whose position and authority is not determined by the family rank or by professional merit and experience. The decision-making chain should feature both family members and non-family members, whoever does the best job, to ensure that the decision being made is what's best for the business, as opposed to what may be best for the family or for the family member. Build boundaries on built on respect for the business. This feels like an obvious point, but failing to build a professional boundary on the premises of merit and respect for the big reasons family are allowed into the business can corrupt that family business. Working relationships are significantly different from, professional relationships, for instance. As much as a man might love a woman or a son or a daughter, or might admire a father, there's no place for affectionate treatment or adoring eyes in the business. Decisions need to be driven by numbers, not feelings. This is hard to do. Respect the business. Respect the professional structure of that business. And the family stuff still will have to stay where it belongs, at home. Delegate duties on merit, not on family rank. Many families structure home-type life, including authority, duty, and responsibility, based on little else than age. And believe it or not, many family businesses do the same. This is not going to make your business successful. Importing home hierarchy type people into the workplace is actually a recipe for disaster. Yes, it might be difficult for an older brother to take marching orders from a younger sister. But if that younger sister is more qualified and more capable to do that type of work, then she should really be put in a position of higher authority. It's just the right thing to do for that business to make it successful. Assigning duties and responsibilities on merit and merit alone is the best way to create a healthy company. And that hierarchy that leads to the growth and propagation of the business. Establish monthly, quarterly, and yearly goals. This is important, and other businesses do it, but family businesses don't always. Not only do goals generally motivate people to work harder, they also cement the separation between the workplace and the home. Now people are thinking of the goals, not what they have at home. Also, having a list of publicly published goals and revenue goals, attendance goals, sales goals, hiring goals, and for both the company as a whole and for the individual employees is a great way to make sure that the workplace is for work. These goals should be specific, measurable, and serve as accountability checks on all of the monthly, quarterly, and yearly basis. More often than not, there's no need to micromanage with day-to-day or week-to-week checks. But at least you have these goals in place and measured. More importantly, having a clearly published set of goals that can be easily referenced by everyone in the company ensures the assignment and responsibility that may defy traditional family hierarchy and roles when a niece is consistently hitting her goals and her uncle is consistently missing his goals. Then it will be clear why she's the preferred candidate when it's time for a promotion or a raise. The best family businesses are the ones that use goal fulfillment over pedigree to justify compensation and promotion. The language of the business is the language of the business. And that's the way it should be. Pet names, family euphemisms, loving names, loving tones in the voice. Things like these have no place in the workplace. It's hard to turn those things off. Referring to fellow employees, managers, or subordinates by at-home names, even those as innocuous as mom or dad, can blur the lines between work and home, making it easier for people to bring family room type discussions and baggage into what should be the family-free boardroom. When it comes to keeping the family home out of the family business, the little things matter. And language is one of those little things that most people don't even think about, even though it really is worthy of attention. It is one of the simplest little things or ways to become a more professional organization with boundaries, where family and non-family employees are treated equally, and where family members stay in the business first with a mindset towards that when they are in the office. A wage cannot be a birthright. Stated simply, a family member cannot draw a salary or earnings from a family business if they are not actively contributing towards that business's success. The second a family member is is allowed to earn money from that business simply by sharing the same DNA as ownership, that's the moment that the family home definitely has infected the family business. Respect, but do not blindly follow the older or the elders in the family. Many family businesses employ family members from various generations. This is a good thing. Different generations have different things to offer. They have different strengths, insights, and skills that could all be used for that business to prosper. Where it has become a problem is when the younger generation of family members always feels like they have to oblige the older generation in their wisdom, procedures, policies, and rules of those older family members. Deferring decisions to age, it may be fine at home, but it's not so good at work. Older family members are generally inclined to adhere to all of, well, if it ain't broke, then don't fix it type of mindset. Where a younger family member, they're usually looking at new technologies or approaches that might help the business blossom. Think now about software, for instance, new hardware and new management styles. You know, the slide rule versus the calculator, the typewriter versus the PC, and various other technological advances that we now see in the workplace that didn't exist before. But that's all for now. There's more coming in part 2 of this series to discuss the other side of this conversation, how to keep the family business out of the family home.